Hello, hello, hello. Wow. And welcome to another. Wait, this is not just another. This is a very special episode today. I'm telling you, folks, we are actually, we're making history, rock and roll history. Might be the first time it's done in the history of rock and roll. The entire Alice Cooper band invites you to sit on one of their band meetings. When was the last time a band ever invited you to anything that you didn't have to pay for? Right? This is a band meeting, and there's no shortage of stuff to talk about. Hello, I'm going to try and moderate this to avoid complete chaos. So I'll sort of try to moderate. I'm Ryan Roxie. Welcome, everybody. Work your way in, because honestly, folks, there's so much to talk about. Alice Cooper has a new album that just came out called Detroit Stories. Let's think of this. Let's call this an After School's Out special. Huh? Credit to Robbie Miller on that one to bringing it up. Let's bring out all my co-mates, all my co-bandmates, and my boss, ladies and gentlemen, the Alice Cooper Band. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Check. 1, 2, checking. Is this thing on?
1, 2.
You know, I think this may be our only band meeting that we've ever had.
Hey. All right, well, good talk. I'll talk
That was
to you
good.
guys
I think we
later.
got a lot accomplished. I'd like to do it over again. I mean, I flubbed up a couple things in the intro, but you know what? How about that animation? How about that complete intro? That was a Dave Rattenbury special. So he put all that together in a very short amount of time. In fact, folks, this whole band meeting, how did it come about? Because it came about in a very short amount of time, but the whole team, Vic Chalfant, Dave Rattenbury, Robbie Miller, Scotty Hagan, Federico Roby, everybody in the RGA team stepped up, and, Bisto was grilling me on it a little bit before the cameras started rolling. But how did it all happen, Bisto? How did this whole thing start?
Chuck?
Well, I think what happened was we were all texting, which we do on occasion, because as Nita had mentioned earlier, that we really do miss each other. And we miss the touring life, and we miss the bus, and we miss catering, and we miss playing music together and all of that stuff. So I think how it came together was that somebody had mentioned during one of our mass texts between the band members that wouldn't it be great if we all got together and did a little meeting, a little band meeting. And then Ryan Roxie's, light bulb went off on his head, which it does.
You forgot one thing, Chuck, that we're missing.
Into this massive production. And you know what? We all went along with it because we love
rock and roll history, baby.
Each other.
Hey, yeah. Bisto, who's ever invited? I think we're going to start something tonight, Nita. Don't you think we're starting something, maybe a new trend instead of these isolation videos? This could be the new thing, a band meeting, right?
Band meeting challenge. Let's challenge other bands to go out and do it. Let's pick a band. Like, everybody think about it by the end of this.
Alice, who can't you wait to see?
I want to see Journey's band meeting.
Can
you guys do a reenactment of a Journey band meeting, Cheryl and Alice, please? Alice looks like he's had some dental work done. What's going on? It's very nice.
They look great, man. Cooper's looking great.
Hey, what's going on in my mouth? What is that?
The glitch. Your mouth is glitching.
Oh, but look at
I went to the band meeting and all Alice did was look at his teeth.
Cleaning toothpaste.
Yeah, there's something, very special going on with my teeth today.
So already the chat, and by the way, folks, thank you very much for showing up to this band meeting. If you're listening to us on Facebook Live, thank you very much. If you want to be on the live in the Trenches chat, that's right there on the YouTube official channel. So we can see your comments, folks, and this is what we're putting up. And already the chat room is a buzz about Glenn Sobel's kitchen.
Next time we do a kitchen stream.
I could be cool and have like records on the wall behind me and drums. It's like, no, it's my kitchen. I'm gonna just
keep it real. Keeping it
They'd
real.
be
Kid.
expecting that, Glenn.
That's the idea.
Keeping it real.
Tommy's got a guitar there. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to try and be cool. I'm just going to be cool.
No,
When
dude.
you're
This
just
is,
gonna flip the house.
see, I'm in the studio, the spare bedroom, the office, the gym, the playroom. I mean, this is like a multiple room over here.
Well, this is perfect way to start the band meeting. This is perfect because we're going to try to avoid chaos. A little chaos is cool, but we're going to move from stage left over, work our way down to stage right, right? So stage left, Tommy, just give us a little catch up of what you've been up to. And Alice, Cheryl, Glenn, Nita, Beasto, if you feel like, sort of interjecting at any time, please do. But what have you been up to since the last time we met? I think it was like way back in 2020.
A lot of nothing. I've been sitting here stewing. That's why I'm not on social media, because I'm angry. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. I don't speak the language. You have no idea. Move on, Anita, please. You don't want to hear me.
Well, that was quick. That was a good quick catch up. Let's move on to Nita Strauss.
Well, believe it or not, this is actually Tommy and I FaceTime every once in a while, like every couple of weeks, and that's the exact conversation that we have. Like word for word, exactly the conversation that Tommy and I have when we chat.
Actually, it's been great. I mean, like, I've been spending time with the kid, which is great. You know what I mean? Because I had a lot of lost time with him, but I've been spending a lot of time with him, driving everyone crazy over here because I'm never home. So now that I'm home, it's just weird. You're in this routine, where you're touring and you're doing this thing constantly for the last 10 years. And then all of a sudden everything just stops and you're sitting there like going, what am I going to do? All right, I'll go walk around the woods, play again. I'll go walk around down by the lake.
I see the pillows behind you, Tommy. I see the pillows behind you. Have you been having a rave?
That's Mr. Finn. He's like, he's always in here and stuff like that. But it just sucks. It really does. This whole fucking COVID shit. I gotta be real here, man, boss. It's like this shit. This is like one of those things where it's just like, when the hell is this thing gonna stop? Come on, man.
Tommy rant. Yes.
I like that rant. We missed it. We missed the rant. Yeah.
I won't rant anymore. Let's introduce Nita Strauss.
Oh no, I'll interview Tommy. Tommy Henriksen, have you been working on any music, doing anything creative in the lockdown?
I try. Honestly, I try to, but it's hard to get inspired sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're just in this funk. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying everything's great. This has been awesome. I've been having all this time off. No, this has not been awesome.
I think everybody's got the takeaway from Tom right now. But guess what? There's more questions coming for Tommy from fans that have been putting in questions all week. And honestly, everybody, all the supporters have really, really stepped up to this band meeting because they want to know things. So we're going to get back to you with a couple questions from the fans. Cool. But you know what, Tommy? Like you passed the torch on to Nita. Nita, what's going on with you?
Oh my God. It sucks for sure, but I've had kind of the opposite experience just because when things got crazy, we just went into full-on pivot over at my house, trying to make everything work as digitally as we can. So I launched my online guitar course in May, which I still feel like the best URL of all time. The website is www.iwanttoplayguitar.com, which makes me so happy.
Good for you to get that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think, Glenn, your Hot Pocket's done.
It wasn't me. Who made the noise?
But I did actually have to do a little plug because here we are. If you guys want to check out my guitar course, I did make a little code for you guys if you want to check it out for anybody watching the band meeting. If you go to iwanttoplayguitar.com and use the code bandmeeting, you get 50% off the course. So that's kind of
cool.
Yeah.
How did I think of that? Good job,
right,
Nita.
You got to stay a step ahead.
Dude, your lighting is perfect, by the way. Did you go to a YouTube channel, sort of a YouTube video before to check out your lighting? Because it looks good. And apparently you've joined WrestleMania. Is that what's going on? I didn't see that.
This is the WrestleMania chair from the WrestleMania that I played at, actually, that I performed at. It's actually just a Kemper holder.
Nice.
Because my desk isn't set up yet.
Good product placement.
Yeah, I know, right? But besides that, I've been working on my second solo record, which has been really, really fun, exciting. You know, like Tommy said, it's really tough to be creative in lockdown. So for me, it hasn't been flowing as much, you know, as usually when you write, it's just kind of like everything spills out. You've got so much to say and you have so much external stimulus going on from, you know, we're on tour, we're experiencing different things, different cultures, different, you know, lifestyles and different foods. And now here we all kind of like in the same room. The only different experience I can change is like what color the lights are. But it's been great. I've been documenting the process on my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/hurricanedita. And that has been, I know a lot of you guys are watching, so thank you to the Patreon peeps that are watching out there. And yeah, I've just been trying to stay as creative and productive and fruitful as possible, because I have 100% faith that we are going to be going back on the road at some point. And when that time happens, we're going to be enjoying life and eating food and playing shows, and we're not going to have all this time to be creative. So I'm just really trying to make the most out of it.
Perfect. Wow.
That is
I'm
good.
taking notes with what Nita's doing right now. And then you'll see me do it a week later. I love it.
No, but you know what? Honestly, the Patreon experience has been really incredible for me, because we all miss, you know, you miss all the stuff I just listed out about touring. But the thing that I missed the most was getting to create, you know, getting to interact with fans, you know, getting to, you know, go out afterward outside the bus and meet people and talk and, you know, find out what they liked about the show and, you know, kind of just have that experience. So having a smaller group rather than the craziness of social media has been really a cool thing, really a blessing.
Well, it's a pretty large group watching right now, but it's kind of cool that we're doing it with each other, you know, the 7 of us right now. And speaking of, we're moving over just one more spot on stage left to Sheryl Cooper, because I think you make a lot of your entrances on stage left. For folks that want to know what stage left is and stage right, think of yourself as sitting on the stage. And then that's where stage right and stage left would. So it'd be opposite of what you would be seeing, sort of what you would find in a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. That was
And that's true. Tommy and I are dodging Sheryl and her crazy entrances all the time.
Well, there she is. Nurse Sheryl. Hello. Welcome to the meeting.
Whistle. Hey, thanks for having us. I miss the quick changes. I miss singing. I miss the frenetic pace of it. I miss the bus. I miss you. Yeah, it's a whole new way of life, pace of life. But I got to tell you, we started quarantining with the family. We got the entire family together. So we kept telling Calico and Jed, come to where the food is. So we had all the kids, the grandkids together, dishes, diapers, dinner, never stopped. And I was never happier.
We even had COVID together.
I heard a rumor.
Wow. How was
I
that?
heard a rumor.
Yeah.
It somehow found its way into our house. No amount of hand washing, masking, social distancing. If it wants to get in, it's going to get in. And somehow it did. And we all went down. But by comparison, our symptoms were fairly mild.
Well, it was a month being, you know, like right here in this chair for a month. And I was going absolutely insane. I lost 15 pounds. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. But I didn't have any of the, you know, nasal and throat stuff that everybody else had. It was just exhaustion, you know. So I'm back.
Are you vaccinated? Are both of you, have you guys gotten your vaccinations and stuff?
Yeah.
First one, second one,
Tuesday.
March 2nd.
Damn, I love it. Well,
Yeah.
being that the guys right next to you, that usually is like, would be our next sort of in the order of which stage right, stage left. Who is this guy next to you, Sheryl? Maybe you want to introduce him and give him a little bit of a hype. He looks like, you know.
You know, I kind of got an attachment to him. It'll be 45 years of what I consider wedded bliss this March.
Yeah.
You.
Well,
20th.
March 20th. Yeah.
Well, you know, we do everything together. We go on tour together. We get sick together. We get well together.
Decapitate each other.
But the thing about it is like I was trying to lose 10, 15 pounds, and I did. I was on the COVID diet, and which is no food for about a month. No, for about a week. And but I'm in great shape now. I feel great. Can't wait to get back out there. I've just been doing tons of press. That's all. Just like that's all day, press.
Well, the big news is obviously the reason why you're doing so much press is because the new album just came out yesterday. And when we were planning this, folks, I did not realize that it would be such an event where Alice's newest record, Detroit Stories, came out yesterday. We're having the band meeting today. And guess what?
Right.
Just because of the occasion, I thought we'd have sort of a celebrity producer drop-in. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. Bob Ezrin?
Woo! Get out of here.
He couldn't get a celebrity producer, so he had to settle for me. Hi, team.
Hey,
Bob.
Bob, you look
Hi. Thank you. I'm feeling quite a bit better. Let me get over. Okay, there we go. That's better. So it's exciting because yesterday the album came out and it went straight to #1 in a lot of different places and was chosen by BBC Radio 2 as the album of the week, which is that's just fantastic. That's our first time in decades.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really happy with the way things are going, and I'm particularly excited about where we're going to go.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Alice and Bob, maybe you guys want to talk a little bit about that for a second while we let you guys reminisce first, just about the album Detroit Stories. It's if you can, I mean, so many of the people that are watching are the hardcore fans right now, but tell them just a little bit of where the album came from, the inspiration, and what's happening, and then what's happening next.
Well, it was one of those things where we were gonna write 13 rock and roll songs, little gems. We're going to try to get 13 songs that were all radioable. And we said, well, we want to make it hard rock, so let's go to where hard rock is king. By the time we got there, we said, let's do Detroit. Let's write it in Detroit. Let's record it in Detroit. Let's use all Detroit players. And that it became a concept. We didn't have a concept till we got there. And then all of a sudden it became a concept. And it was fun working with Johnny B and Wayne Kramer and Bonamassa came in and sat in on some stuff. Steve Hunter, really a great band.
And Paul Randolph on bass, who was just amazing. And our secret weapon was a kid named Garrett Beleniak, who was he was in Johnny B's band, I guess, and we asked him as a favor to come by and do some soloing and stuff like that because he lived right near where we were recording, and he just turned out to be amazing. So we're very happy with him.
You know who your secret weapon is? Your secret weapon is sitting with us today in the meeting, Mr. Tommy Hendrickson, because I saw his name all over the record as well. There you go, Tommy. Credit where credit's due. You did an amazing job on the album as well. So look at between me, remove me from the equation. Actually, I'm on the DVD. I'll make that. And I'm did I get it on that solo for the end? Did we do the solo version of the song Hanging On by Thread? I don't know. I'll have to listen to it now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get my copy.
But Tommy wasn't at the sessions there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So he was in Detroit, Switzerland, and he was feeding us stuff, just sending it down the pipe, and a lot of the songs that are on the record, we had actually started writing not in Detroit, but in Los Angeles with Tommy and also Wayne Kramer and stuff. And then when we got to Detroit, we finished fleshing all that stuff out. So yeah, Tommy is the secret weapon all the time.
There you go.
Thanks.
You've called him the secret weapon in the Vampires.
Tell him about the guy from England that played on the original band.
Right. So we have a super fan, this guy named Stephen Crane, who is on Facebook, and I get these alerts if somebody mentions me or something like that. So every once in a while I check it out. And then he started putting up photos of us that I had never seen before, like stuff from 1971 in the barn and stuff that I just had never seen. So I reached out to him and said, where did you get that photo? And could I please have a copy? And then we started corresponding back and forth. And I learned about him. He lives in Northern England. He's a guitar player. He plays heavy metal music and heavy rock music, and is like the biggest fan of Alice Cooper and Alice's work. And I heard a couple of things, but they gave me an idea. When we were doing Social Debris, which is very much a kind of throwback to our very earliest days together, right? So like our 71, 72 era. And we got pretty close with the existing, with the remaining original band members, but we were missing one key component, and that was the eccentric lead guitar of Glenn Buxton, which is virtually impossible to recreate, right? So I just said to the guy, I had this idea, and I told Alice, I said, look, we got this guy, and maybe we give him a shot, So I said to the guy, do you think you could give me a Glenn Buxton solo? And as I know he's such a student of our work, so he said absolutely, and he went in the studio and completely failed. It was terrible. But then when I talked to him a little bit more about it, he went, I get it. And then he went back and went into the studio in Northern England and sent us that stuff that's on Social Debris that sounds just as if we had cut it in 1972. So I'm thrilled, and I'm thrilled for him because, as he says on his Facebook page, this is the biggest thing that ever happened to him in his life. And
so that's how you get on an Alice Cooper record, folks, right there from Bob Ezrin.
Cool.
Just send your Google alerts to Bob Ezrin, start using hashtag Bob Ezrin, and then, say
it's like Lions, if you show up early, sometimes they let you play.
You hang around long enough, people start to notice. I love it.
So let's talk about the next thing.
Well, let's get everybody in then. Let's get everybody in.
We're all here.
By the way, Vic Chalfant, our producer today, he's got his hands full. We're usually just doing 2 people on the podcast, but folks, today he's got everybody. And look at this. Look at this production. Huh? What do you think, Bob? You're a producer. What do you think about that?
Very professional. Very, very. We all look extremely extinguished. It's really good. Really good.
Vic Chalfant wants to be on the next album.
Okay. Well, all he's got to do is send us photos we haven't seen.
And tag Bob Ezrin.
There you go. We've seen that one.
Talk to us, Bob and Alice. Talk to us about this new project. I mean, all the hype right now is Detroit Stories.
Well, but that's out now. So now we got to think what's next. And what's next to me is showing off this band. And I think that the only way to do that is to, take it on the road, write the songs now, but rehearse them during sound check on the road. And at some point on the road, record the whole album live in one of the venues that we're doing. Because I would hate to do with this band, the whole idea is to show off the band, how tight the band really is. So if we write the songs, rehearse them on the road, record it on the road, and call the album The Road.
Or just Road.
Just Road. And really, I mean, that would be the concept for the whole album. And stories about the road. Some of them can't be written.
You've spoken too much already, I think, because I promised a couple Easter eggs in the actual description. I didn't expect a bombshell.
No.
Is this a bombshell, Sobel? A bombshell.
It is.
Take that screenshot now.
The press. This just in.
It's just in. Indeed.
But I mean,
that's a lot of information. But and what we'll probably do is something entirely different in the end, as we always do. But this is where we're going right now today.
Today, controlled chaos.
This could change in 12 minutes.
Here, it's safe to say that everybody here is dying to get back on the road. right?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well,
Right. So
Bob Ezrin, thank you for making a drop in, sort of just dropping that bomb, and then you're, boom, like Kaiser Sose, he's gone. But legendary producer Bob Ezrin, make sure you hashtag him and all your posts now, and you may get on the next Alice Cooper record as well.
Done. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys.
Kill you. I'm going to kill you. Okay. I
Love you,
all.
sir. Have a
See you
good one.
later.
All right.
You
Thank
too.
you. Have a good one. There it is, Bob Ezrin. You know
That's
what?
amazing.
Folks, I did not think he was going to come on the show, and
Wow.
he came on. I was like going, is he going to make it? And then he said, yeah, I'm there, man. I want to talk about the new album. I want to talk about Detroit Story. So there you go.
That's cool.
I love it.
called him this morning and I said, can we talk about the new album? And he said, yeah. And I said, then I'm going to tell everybody about it.
Oh, you might get a phone call right after this is done, I think.
Record company might call and say, that's the worst idea I've ever heard.
I saw the look Beasto was giving me when he was like, what?
That's Chuck's usual football look. So it's rare that you
is.
see that look when the Steelers aren't playing.
It had to have been the look that he had during the Steelers, like second half of the season.
Oh my God.
Yeesh.
Can I just quickly say though, whatever ends up happening, however the idea takes shape, how truly unbelievably excited we all are that this is happening, because we're all always very happy with whatever role we get to play in the Alice Cooper extravaganza, but to get to play and write and record 3 songs with you, Coop, is going to be really amazing. So thank you very, very much from all of us.
I tell people in every interview, I said, the band that I have is the best touring band of anybody out there. There's nobody close to these guys. And I said, the best thing about them is that they're all best friends. I said, we never hear anything but laughing backstage, except for Tommy, of course, who's complaining.
Roxie, and I've taken all my years of experience of playing guitar, and I want to pass the torch of rock and roll on to you. Check out the System 12 guitar method.